up with the spines. And again, Castro has forced ZpuX to retreat, and that's crucial. ZpuX just hasn't been able to do any significant damage on Castro's economy, and Castro is just continuing to tech up. He's got, oh my god, that Nexus has been taken down. We've got an expansion going up here at the 7 o'clock position, but to remind people, we're on 4 bases each, and Ultralisk Cavern going down, so Castro ahead in tech. And once those Ultralisks and Zerglings start showing up in mass, it's going to be very hard for Castro to stay in this game, in my opinion, just with the decisive play he's got. I mean, maybe if ZpuX was putting in some Dark Templar drops or something like that, that'd be cool. But I just can't see any good play by ZpuX. And what's disappointing is that ZpuX has had opportunities to play more decisively and really put the hurt on Castro. It's not just because Castro has actually set ZpuX back in any way. I mean, ZpuX has not had his own economy harassed, but he's just not played as well with the situation. I've got to say that Castro has demonstrated a higher level of skill for this, and I do hope that he carries through to the next round stage in the TSL with this kind of play. And with all these Ultralisks coming up now, it's just going to be hard for ZpuX to win fights in future. So once again, we've got Lurkers defending and ZpuX preparing to attack, but yeah, ZpuX is just gonna retreat, and he's gonna have to defend himself because Castro's just shoving in with swarms and Ultralisks. Great play here. He's just totally gonna annihilate that mineral-only expansion. Meanwhile, ZpuX, if you look at the minimap, looks like he's gonna be putting in a committed attack finally, but there's too many Lurkers there. He's not going to be able to advance very quickly against his Lurkers, and even though Castro's only left a very small amount of force, much smaller than ZpuX's attacking force in defense, he's going to really be able to wither away at ZpuX's units, and meanwhile his force has completely slaughtered that mineral-only expansion. He's going to be able to defend his own expansions with ease, with relative ease, should I say. He's losing his Ultralisk now, but he's inflicted a lot of casualties, and these are casualties that ZpuX couldn't really afford to have taken without any damage. And Castro moving in now with a group of Ultralisk play going down on the Zealots. So excellent work there by Castro. He's just really dominating this play, I think. This is fantastic. Zerg versus Protoss play. And ZpuX has just not been able to find the answer. Whew, just taking a quick breather. Man, just talking at like a mile a second here. I've got a Dark Templar there in defense, which is good. I like that, but these Ultralisks are just swarming in, man. Crushing ZpuX. Got walled in between a group of Zealots, Zerglings, always call them Zealots, Zerglings and Ultralisks, and there goes the rest of ZpuX's attack force. So while Castro has a massive army, ZpuX does not, and I'll really be looking for some kind of play here. But ZpuX, I mean, maybe he's just not thinking that hard. He's just trying to macromanagement. It's not just thinking, what do I need to do to win this game? How can I turn this around? He doesn't seem to be coming up with anything. And very experienced Protoss versus Zerg players usually do, think of some interesting way to win in situations like this, and to at least try to turn the game around. But he's really just playing straight into Castro's hands. Castro actually just taking out the 7 o'clock position as well with some great Dark Swarms. And this is just beautiful play by Castro, I've got to say. He's just rolling over it. He doesn't even need that many forces to do it. Meanwhile, at home, he's just still building up with Ultralisks and Zerglings, Ultraling as we call it in StarCraft. Dark Templar being produced, it's not going to really matter. That expansion's been annihilated. And unfortunately, ZpuX has now been left to 2 bases, and one of them has probably been mined out by now, so this is pretty much it, guys. Looks like Castro is going to take the game, and we'll be moving on to Game 2 on Bluestorm. And if he wins that one as well, then that'll be it. Castro will go round to the round of 32. ZpuX grouping up with some units. I don't think he has enough, though. When you've just got a few Archons and a bunch of Zealots, it's just not good enough against that many Ultralisks and Zerglings. He's actually got a lot. I take that back. He's built up a large number, and oh my god, about 20 probes just sitting there doing nothing, and he can't really do anything with them because he hasn't got any nexuses to move them to. I think one of them is being produced now, but this is just unfortunate. If ZpuX loses this large army of his, and I don't see why he won't lose it. Oh my god, drop coming in from CaStrO. So it's loaded up with Zerglings and Ultralisks. So CaStrO looks like he's going to shut down ZpuX's final ditch at taking the 12 o'clock position, and easily doing so. Those photon cannons are not going to be able to stand up to these Zerglings and Ultralisks. We're actually upgraded at 3-3 by now, so this is pretty much these Cracklings and Ultralisks fully upgraded. Ultralisks, I think, haven't quite got to 5 in the defensive upgrades. This small pocket of Zerg units being taken down, but not without cost. That plague was just beautiful. That plague just took out like 8 zealots. Didn't take them out, but seriously reduced their hit points. So those zealots are only going to be able to rely on their shields. They've become a little bit like Archons with a high shield and low health when they've been plagued. So that's very unfortunate. And oh my god, here's another attack coming in, and this is pretty much ZpuX's last expansion, and CaStrO is just rolling all over it. So this is just steamrolling ZVP at this point. CaStrO is just looking unstoppable, and there's GG. Oh my god, CaStrO is just whitewashed. Well, not whitewashed. Whitewash is usually a term I reserve for winning 3-0 on a BO3. So a 2-0 or 3-0 on a best of 5. But regardless of that, CaStrO, beautiful play there. He's won the game. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Vol. I'll bring in Game 2 on Blue Storm in a while. Thanks for listening.